We inhale together. Welcome, new day. Now, a moment for opening. Now, a time for healing. Now, a day for learning from love. Wherever we are, right here, right now, together. We exhale. Thank you, new day. Conspire. We breathe together.
Please welcome Michael Poffenberger and Richard Rohr.
Well, good morning and welcome back to day 2 of our 7th and final Conspire conference, Me, Us, and the World, Living in God's Great Story. I hope you all had wonderful and restful evenings and are ready for day 2 of this great adventure that we're on here together. Before turning it over to Father Richard for our morning contemplative practice, I just have a few things I wanted to share. And the first is a story that's just been inspiring to our team about the generosity of this community. When we first organized this conference, or thought we were organizing this conference, I should say, back in 2019, it was going to be in person at the convention center here in Albuquerque. And many of you registered to come on site and even paid for your meals throughout the conference experience. So obviously we weren't able to follow through with having that conference on site here, and had the question of what do we do with all the money that people have already given us to pay for their food. And our team had the idea of inviting anybody who wanted to either get a refund or to make a contribution here to local organizations in New Mexico who are fighting hunger or providing food for the hungry. And I just wanted to share that thanks to your generosity, we will be making $68,000 in donations to local organizations here in New Mexico combating hunger. So thank you for your participation in that on behalf of our communities here and on behalf of our team at the CAC. In my experience, that is just yet another indication of the consistent generosity of this community in being partners in our mission here at CAC. We don't believe that having access to the kinds of teachings and practices and wisdom that help us connect with God's love in our lives is something that money should dictate. And it's our goal, actually, as an organization, that money never gets in the way of participating in CAC programs. Because of that, many of the things that we do here at CAC, whether it's the daily meditations or the podcasts, we offer completely free of charge for our community and just invite, in the spirit of the gift, if you want to contribute, that you can. And in other programs, we try to offer scholarships for anybody who needs it. And that's what we did for this Conspire conference. I also want to share, thanks to your generosity, we've been able to give out over $100,000 in scholarship support that many of the participants who are here with us in Conspire have benefited from. And I'm even seeing in the chat, some of you have been saying that and saying thank you to CAC and to the whole community that makes that possible. So for all of you who have responded to our appeals or sent in a donation or signed up as a monthly recurring donor, you're passing this gift forward. You're enabling us to share this work, to help other people find God's love in their life, connect with it, live from it in ways that can help transform our world. And from all of our team here at CAC, it's my great privilege to just say thank you, thank you, thank you. So today's focus in our program is on God's presence in our healing journeys. Core to the task of healing is learning how to relate to our suffering. As James Finley, one of our teachers today, says, suffering can drive us towards despair unless we can find something deeper than suffering that is trustworthy. So here at CAC, with Jesus as our model and the gift of personal stories that our teachers are going to share with us today, our hope is that we can all learn how to use suffering, tragedy, pain, betrayal, and even death, not to be wounded or punished by God, but as invitations to come into God's bigger story. To understand our suffering in ways that help us not deny, disguise, or especially transmit it onto others, but as a very gateway into compassion, justice, and love. What task could be more important for our world today than that? So both Jim and our dear friend Mirabai Starr will share with us today about their own healing journeys and how suffering can be pathways into God's love in their main stage sessions. We're also blessed to have so many guests who will be presenting another round of workshops this afternoon that we invite you to attend and to participate in those as well. Once again, you also have the opportunity to connect with each other. That's a big part of the benefit of being together, even if it's just virtual here for Conspire. So we encourage you to make use of those features in the community hub and the reflection rooms to share your story in the story booth for the benefit of others in the community, and even for your own benefit, to bring to your own awareness, what is it that is the invitation on your heart that led you to connect with this community and this message this weekend. As always, you can get help from our team by using the chat function in the lower right-hand corner, or the help function in the lower right-hand corner of that screen. One question that was coming up consistently yesterday is whether people can have access to the videos. And I just want to share for all of you who are online right now, yes, you can. You will have access for the whole next year to all the content that's being streamed out as part of this conference experience. And so with that, I'm going to turn it over to Father Richard to take it away in our morning sit. Father Richard.
Good morning. Without exaggerating, I think we can say that all of us live in the mirror of other eyes. Now, let me start with that. We'll go back and on the human level, we hopefully start with the gaze of a mother or a father. Usually it's the mother, because of this wonderful gift of nursing. And we're told that the first time the child can focus, it's almost exactly the amount of inches between the mother's breast and the child's eyes. And that's why the child just becomes fixated. And you mothers could describe this, I'm sure, much better than I. They both become fixated on one another. Now they say that what's happening on the neural level, is that the right word? There's a huge release of oxytocin, the big joy hormone or drug. And you just, wow, this is good. You don't want to leave. So many children don't want to give up nursing, and many mothers don't want to give up doing it. Now, that's all a preface. When we're sitting in prayer, we're waiting for a gaze that we can trust will not change. A gaze that is utterly reliable. I remember I was giving a Jesuit retreat in Nepal, of all places, and they took me to a temple. And there, once a day, a little door would open at the top, and this young virgin girl would gaze at the crowd in front of, and I was sitting there along with many other Indian people, and they would hope against hope that she would fixate on them. And it was exactly what we're doing. Fixate on me. Tell me I am good, I am special, I am enough, I am beloved. Choose your good word, because it's always a good word. I'll go so far as to say this is the beginning of the inner journey of transformation. And we spend the rest of our life through girlfriends and boyfriends searching for a repeat, and our own little children. Anybody, just give me that gaze that matters. And soon the gaze is happening everywhere, which is why I can gaze for long times now. So I don't think I'm crazy saying this. Now we have things like attachment theory and codependency theory, recognizing, my God, this is deep. My God, this is crucial. Doing it or not doing it. And people who've never had a gaze from one that's naming them as a beloved, as a dear one, as a chosen one. They're what we call, I gotta say the bad word, psychopaths, sociopaths. They don't have a clue what life means or what love means. So in our themes, when we talk about the Trinitarian flow, this is our entranceway into the flow. And once you're there, you're there. Now you have to keep re-choosing it and being reminded of it and allow it. And that's what we're going to do right now. Just sit here, allowing the gaze, choosing the gaze, enjoying the divine gaze. We have to come out of the eternal gaze, but don't really. I want you to stay in what we call in Christian metaphysics the Trinitarian flow, but we're going to change the names so you can hold on to it. And don't think it's just theology at all. It's the shape of the universe. The mother is the one we call Father. She's inaugurating the gaze toward the child, whom we call the Son. The Son returns the gaze that was received. It's like a bounce back. The only eyes by which we look at God are the same eyes by which God first looked at us, Meister Eckhart said. So here we've got this eternal, delighting, loving, admiring, allowing. Now you're saying, what's the third element? Michael's going to love this. Probably all men will love it. What's the Holy Spirit? The breast. Yes. that is feeding and nurturing the Son and being handed over to all of us who are invited into the same act of return. It's not risky theology. It's almost too perfect, but we're afraid to say it because it's too perfect and it might be erotic. Now that's why so many of our mystics used erotic language. It was the only adequate language. So that'll help you to stay there all day, men and women. And we probably change places. Are we the giver? Are we the receiver? Are we the enjoyer? The feeder, the nurturer? Doesn't matter. Just make sure you're on for the ride. And with that, we're going to live a good day today. Thank you.